shall serve your enemies. It's about has shown some people, but there's a fundamental difference.
Thousands gathered at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. In 1995, black men were called to D.C. to remind them of their leadership roles within the African American community. This year's march, called Justice or Else, vowed for equal treatment amongst all races. This sentiment was felt at this mosque in Dorchester months prior to the rally. Since June, some of its members have been planning a trip to D.C. for Bostonians wanting to participate in the gathering. I wasn't allowed to film inside, but I did interview Assistant Minister Randy Muhammad, who helped organize the trip.
This time we're going to demand justice or else. Justice not only for those that are being murdered by the police with impunity, but we're looking at the whole spectrum of injustices that we have experienced.
Over 300 people from around the state signed up for the 10-hour bus ride. The rally was open to the general public, but most of the Boston group belonged to the Nation of Islam, a nationalist organization focusing on the advancement of African Americans.
The overall message that we have to make an exodus, again, as I said, out of the mindset of America, and that we have a desire to reclaim our own. We have a true and rich history, and we need to investigate and find out more about that.
That message was delivered by 82-year-old Nation of Islam leader, Minister Louis Farrakhan, who touched on topics ranging from human trafficking to police brutality, an issue that another Boston-based group addresses on a daily basis.
They submitted false evidence against me. They even had another cop come in and lie.
John Larkins of Mass Action Against Police Brutality described a 2011 incident with New York police where he was brutally beaten by 3 officers. Mass Action, operating out of Roxbury, calls for communities to unite to expose unlawful police officers.
What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now.
Confronting problems like black-on-black crime and mass incarceration of minorities seemed to bring about something from '95, a sense of hope.
We're going to bring that blessing back with that spirit, inshallah, to Boston, Massachusetts, and that's mighty Boston.
It's still too early to estimate how many people gathered here today. Both Massachusetts organizations believe the numbers are important, but the main priority is tackling those social issues. And that's what they plan to do once they head back to New England. Reporting in Washington, I'm Brandon Lewis for the BU News Service.